Howie walked in. Howie walked in and said, hey, where are the couches? I said, Howie, what you want is what you get around here.
You know, well, that's a lie, but I like the couches. They are nice.
Well, we are always happy that you are here. It has been such a crazy NFL season.
Yeah.
So much parity. What's up is down. What's left is right. We just talked about it last segment. The fact that we might be talking about a playoffs without Patrick Mahomes or without Lamar Jackson is crazy. So along those lines. Josh Allen, exactly. But what we are going to talk about is something that we are certain of. So what is the one thing that you are confident and certain in this year, even with all the question marks?
I'm going to give you two things.
Okay.
Philadelphia is dysfunctional.
Whoa. Okay.
There we go. That's one. Two is the Rams, both offensively and defensively. When we talk about their defense, we're going to talk about them later on today on our show. They're so good. They're the best team in football right now. Shortly behind them or close behind them is Seattle within the division. The question is, can Sam Darnold, what can he do? And in a one game, we don't have best of 5, best of 3 in football. You get in the playoffs, you stumble one day. Seattle's close to them. This
Rams team, the most complete team out there right now when you look at,
I think Chris Shula's done a remarkable job. And maybe you can explain to me, nickel means 5 DBs.
Yeah.
6 DBs is dime.
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
I think some defensive coordinator got bored one night when he schemed it up. Couldn't come up with a 6 cent.
Because my wife asked me, I got home from Thanksgiving.
And there's dollars.
I'm exhausted. And we're sitting on the sofa. She said, because I was going through what we were going to do on the football field, she said, why is dime 6 DBs and nickel is 5?
Diane, it's a great question. Hello to Diane.
It's a great question.
You know, these are
and that's what I said. That's a great question, sweetheart. I'm exhausted.
Well, I'll tell you what, Diane's a dime. You know, she's a 10 out of 10. That's for sure. Jules, what are you most certain about this year?
You're most certain that there's going to be a new Super Bowl winner this year because of the parity of the league.
Meaning that the Eagles will not repeat.
I don't think the Eagles or the Chiefs are going to be in there. I think there's going to be a new winner, and I think there's probably a group of 6 teams that could probably go out and win it right now, a completely new team. Hey, look, the NFL is very unpredictable. You don't know a lot about the league when you're in the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're picking games or you're picking this, you're not in the building. The one thing you can see, though, is that there's going to be a new Super Bowl champion this year.
Yeah.
A no-name team, a new name team, something.
But hasn't this year felt even more like we can't pinpoint? I mean,
there's no dominant team. That's the one thing you know.
I think we've fallen in and out of love with maybe 5 teams throughout the first part of the season to date. You know, you think it's Philadelphia by a wide margin. No, it's the Rams. No, it's Seattle. Kansas City looks like a team that's played 1,000 playoff games over the last 5 years.
And then you look at the Bears and what they were able to do against what you just mentioned in the Eagles being dysfunctional.
I'm not surprised what the Bears are doing. I love their run game. Their run game is...
How could you not?
When you look at the film, it's like, it's so creative. With motions, tight ends come back and wham, trap. It's really cool to watch. I am surprised at their defense. I think Dennis Allen's done a great job. They forced a lot of turnovers. They've had some injured players. That's the surprising part. I'm starting to believe. This game had me believing. You did a great job, by the way.
Thank you, Howie. The whole crew out there. That was a great game. But that was the game where it's like you've had Caleb Williams and you had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks, and it's like, they're finding ways to win.
Yeah.
But the question was if they were going to go out and beat the Philadelphia Eagles on the road in Philly, and they did that. And Caleb Williams' numbers were incredible.
But you know what?
He didn't have to be.
God, he's fun to watch.
What do you love about watching?
He's just, I think the only people that hold the ball more than Jalen Hurts is the kid in Minnesota, JJ, and him.
Caleb.
Caleb is because he's running all over the place. Usually you say with a quarterback, particularly a mobile quarterback, make him go to his left. He's as comfortable rolling to his left, flipping his hips.
Komet?
Yes.
That deep post.
You know what he is? For me, he's John Elway from my generation.
Oh, wow.
Now, John Elway was, he didn't light it on fire initially, and then he has a great career, and he's a Hall of Famer.
And he seems to be coachable, Caleb.
Yeah.
I think he challenged him.
He did.
He challenged him. Usually, and I don't know if you feel this way, but I think a lot of times the more talented guys are the guys that maybe work less on the details. Guys like you and me, who carry a lunch pail.
Yeah.
to work, you work your rear end off, and if there's no stone left unturned, I want every edge I can get. I want to look at every film I can. I want to look at every formation I can. Caleb is starting to buy in. He challenged the team, but he also challenged the quarterback.
Which is tough because he's been the guy his whole life.
Yes.
Like you and you went to Villanova.
But
I went to Kent State.
Those talented guys are the guys who, that's been the story. From Pop Warner, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
He's just so talented.
Yep.